man. Ooh, you know what I'm talking about? It's your partner, man. Ooh, you know what I'm talking about? It's your partner, man. Ooh, you know what I'm talking about? What's good with the people? Now, look, man, I'm a little bit of rush today, man. You know, I'm talking about bros on the go on this, Soggy Sunday, they ain't gonna never change. Name of this one right here is called Slavery. But before we get into that, what's good, people like hee hee ha ha, man. You know what I'm talking about? Ken in the pen, all my folks incarcerated, all my folks on the bottom of that thing. All my folks incarcerated, all my folks who ain't, man. Everybody on the bottom of that thing, everybody on top of that thing, man. Keep that head up. You know what I'm talking about? Keep pushing. We gonna get through it get to it, man. You know what I'm talking about? Worldwide. Make sure you get that stick up in stores now. But and Dugu Mike, you know what I'm talking about? Cutthroat, Lil Rue, not Lil Rube, Lil Rue. You know what I'm talking about? Tata the player, that's who comes next. Same thing, bro. Everybody on the bottom of that thing, everybody on top of that thing. Keep that head up, you know what I'm talking about? Keep pushing. We gonna get through it to get to it. Now y'all know me, man. I don't promote no drug usage, no drug sellage, no alcohol consumption. I don't promote no crime, no violence, no domestic violence. I'm not prejudiced. I don't got nothing against the sexually different. I ain't got nothing against the little people. I ain't got nothing against nobody, man. I don't promote nothing. All I promote is y'all go ahead and do what you gonna do with your time, young ladies and gentlemen, because we just don't know how much of it we got. I'm talking about. I'm talking about. But yeah, man, we gonna jump straight into it on this soggy Sunday. They ain't gonna never change. This one right here gonna be called slavery. You say slavery, bro? What you talking about? Oh yeah, man. I almost forgot, man. Coffee Chronicles. You know what I'm talking about? Classic roast. You know what I'm talking about? The thing piping hot. You know what I'm talking about? Oh yeah, man. Mama say brush them whiskers when you on TV. You know what I'm talking about? So this one right here, man, just gonna be called slavery. And before I get into it on the soggy Sunday, they ain't gonna never change. You know what I'm talking about? I just wanna throw out there because I know it's easier to see it. Because I know it'd be a lot of people like maybe my age, a little older. You know what I'm talking about? When we come up here, man, and we be giving the people a little our 2 cents and all that stuff right there, man. All that shit right there, man. Y'all hold on real quick. Yeah, man, you know what I'm talking about? Soggy Sunday, they ain't gonna never change. You know what I'm talking about? This one right here gonna be called slavery. But before I jump in, it just like I said, man, Coffee Chronicles. You know what I'm talking about? Classic roast, piping hot. Because I know we have a problem as us being older. We'll just come get the people our mind. You know what I'm talking about? Talking about what we don't like when we was growing up and all that, but we never really just take the time out. Cause like you just you gauge and shit on from where you at now in your mind process. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't realize, you don't never put yourself back when you was that age. You know what I'm talking about? Then try to see how you was thinking at that time. We always do that as people. We come up here when we got our good sense, then we start criticizing everybody else who dumb. They ain't got that good sense yet. You know what I'm talking about? We got that bad. And you also got to remember when you was out there acting lawless and all that shit. You know what I'm talking about? So I get it. Because I played my big part on this shit we call slavery. You know what I'm talking about? I was out there with that dope. And what I didn't understand at the time, because I had dope boy dreams. You know what I'm talking about? I had kingpin dreams and shit like that. You know what I'm talking about? If you would have asked me back then, you know what I'm talking about, I was going to be selling dope forever. You know what I'm talking about? You couldn't tell me nothing else. And I was trying to get some money. I didn't give a fuck if I was poisoning my people. I didn't understand that shit till way later in the game. You get what I'm saying? So I played a part in the slavery shit too, you know what I'm talking about, to the demise of the people. Cause I was out there like saying the same shit they be saying now. Man, I don't want to hear that shit and all that. You know what I'm talking about? So I was sitting over there. I was getting rich, but I was getting rich while I was poisoning my people. You know what I'm talking about? That ain't nothing I'm proud of. You know what I'm talking about? It ain't. But I did it, so I get it. You know what I'm talking about? I get it. So I don't just come over here or try to come up here and jump on you. You know what I'm talking about? Bruh, understand this shit from all angles. Worldwide, man. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, I understand this shit from all angles. You know what I'm talking about? I done played the villain hella times too, bro. I done been wrong hella times. I ain't for a good part of the majority of my life, man. People would have said I was lost. You know what I'm talking about? I wasn't adhering to nothing. I didn't give a fuck about that shit, bro. I'm gonna come see you about something. Coffee Chronicles. You feel what I'm saying? So I get it. That's why I always tell you, I understand this shit from both sides. I understand this shit from every angle. You get what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna come up here, you know what I'm talking about, because y'all think I'll be up here chastising you or whatever. Man, I ain't gonna get on you. I'm gonna let you know where I was wrong at first. You know what I'm talking about? I don't have a desire just to come up here and point everybody else out. You know what I'm talking about? I don't have no problem pointing at me. You know what I'm talking about? It's easy for me to tell you where I was wrong, God. It's easy for me to tell you where I participated. I'm not the person that tries to act like they perfect. You know what I'm talking about? Like, I ain't never had no mishaps. It can't be me and all that. I told you, I'm not above the motherfucking, I'm not above correction. No, not me. Which brings me to my other thing I was gonna say about me. Because some motherfucker always asks me some shit about my music. Talking about, bro, you be talking about this, and you be talking about this, then you come with all that music talk about. Let me explain something to you niggas. I don't make imaginary music. You get what I'm saying? So I ain't never just sat down here and came up with some rhymes in my head that told you to go pick up a gun, start shooting, sell dope. None of that shit, bro. My raps come out of my life, bro. So I'm telling you some shit that Brett did. I'm not promoting that shit at all. I'm just telling you how it happened, like I always do, bro. I'm not promoting that shit. Actually, I tell you don't do that shit. Don't nothing come with that shit. Then I tell you gotta go find out yourself. So whatever you get into, that's on you. I'm not promoting shit. I wouldn't tell you to go shoot another black person. I wouldn't tell you to pick up a gun. I'd tell you to try to do as much as you can for yourself and take care of your family and stay out the way. You feel me? But I always get that. Oh, bro, you be talking about peace, and you come up here talking about caters and ARs and all. Listen, bro, I'm telling you how the story happened, folks. I'm not promoting that shit. I'm telling you what happened to bruh. I don't come up here and make imaginary raps, bruh. I just don't put myself as the hero in my raps. As you could tell, bruh. You know what I'm talking about? But then I realized a lot of y'all don't even listen to all my music. So all you catch is the mob music I be making. You don't be catching none of that inspirational shit bruh be making. Nah, you don't catch none of that shit. You don't be catching the Medeas and believe in yourself and all that shit. You don't. You just catch when bruh be talking about that penitentiary and whipping out on motherfuckers. Them the ones you catch. But once again, I just don't be writing raps. No, my raps come out my head. My raps is a reenactment of my life, folks. So I just don't sit up here with a with imaginary pen and shit and just try to create myself or try to perceive myself as tough. You know what I'm talking about? I'll be telling you about cases I've already caught. How my mama was crying in the courtroom and why you probably wouldn't be able to deal with that shit. I'll be up here telling you about how I feel like it was my fault that my partner got killed. You know what I'm talking about? I'll be telling you the shit out of my life. I just don't sit down here and make up a bunch of imaginary shit that rhymes. So every time you see me, I'm strapped and I'm walking around with caters and all. That ain't where that shit came from, bruh. You know what I'm talking about? That's why I like my man who be telling them, that comedian from the penitentiary, my nigga who made the domino effect, and you could tell that shit real. If you ever been to any place that nigga, you could just tell that nigga ain't lying, bruh. Coffee Chronicles. No, that's how that shit really happened. That's one of my favorite comedians, though. Him and Cat, I ain't bullshitting with you. Because that nigga has a way, he reminds me of myself. He has a way of bringing this art through his life. You know what I'm talking about? So the shit he talking about, he could make it sound funny, but that shit really happened. I like that. That's a gift in itself. But yeah, that part right there, where niggas talking about so that go my music part, bruh. My music come from my soul, bruh. I really be spitting pain, bruh. I really be talking about that shit that happened. I just don't sit up here and come up with a hella imaginary gun battles and shit and be rapping about shit that didn't happen for real. You know what I'm talking about? I don't be doing that, bruh. I just don't put myself on a Super Mario mushroom. You know what I'm talking about? No, nah, bruh. I'm telling you how that shit happened. But now that we got that out the way, cause see, bread talks about itself first. You know what I'm talking about? I'm not above correction. You get what I'm saying? No, I ain't. But slavery, folks. Like I said, I played my good part in this shit right here, man. When it came to that dope. But now the slavery, bruh, is y'all ain't gonna, cause I've seen crack, folks. I've seen crack. I've seen heroin. I've seen powder. I've seen pills. This computer is the worst drug I've ever seen, bruh. This shit worse than alcohol. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, this computer, man, they gonna later on down the line, they gonna show how too much of this computer gonna fuck your kidney up or something like alcohol. Watch what I tell you, man. Coffee Chronicles. Cause y'all put more stress Like this computer causes more stress now in people's lives than anything, bro. Y'all so motherfucking worried about what somebody said. It ain't even that y'all worried about what somebody said. It be that y'all be worried about somebody else gonna see what somebody said, bro. Who the fuck is these people, bro? These people is nobodies, folks. Why you give a fuck about what somebody said, bro? Like I been, man. Listen, bro. No matter what you say, no matter what you do, I get to go to sleep me and wake up me. If the Lord say the same, you got to go to sleep and wake up you. You know what I'm talking about? I take them chances any day in America, man. Cause I know what I'm about. You don't even know who you is. Coffee Chronicles. But the slavery, it came just like that, bruh. And they got us slaves to everything, bruh. We slaves to this dumbass music they be making out here. We slaves to we slaves to religion. We just slaves to everything. You're a slave to everything but your motherfucking self. They say, bro, what you mean by slave? Slavery. Listen, bro, slavery is anything you worship. That's anything you put above yourself. And if you just let the people tell you, since I've been growing up, they say the only thing that you supposed to put before you is God. You know what I'm talking about? I get what they saying, but I get what they saying. I ain't gonna debate that one. I get that. Your faith. You know what I'm talking about? I get what you're saying. So that's the only thing you supposed to put above yourself. But now we don't. No, we now we God ain't even a for man. Listen, man, God got to wrestle with Jay-Z, Kevin Samuels, the City Girls. God got to wrestle with a whole bunch of motherfuckers y'all done put in front of him. I ain't bullshitting with you. Wiz Khalifa, nigga. What's the bitch with the model show? Tyra Banks, nigga. God got to fight with a gang of motherfuckers in these days right here, bruh. Cause y'all don't put God first. Y'all, we slaves, folks. We just slaves. We slaves doing the other people work. Whoever the fuck the other people might be. You know what I'm talking about? Everybody against us, bruh. But most importantly, we against us. And we don't see it's like we everybody else pets. I'll never forget, man. This happened in Oakland too. It wasn't too long ago. But nigga, some they wasn't black. I don't know if they was Mexicans, Vietnamese. Because you know Oakland now is kind of is multi with diverse. Whatever if that's the word. You know how Brad is with his vocabulary. You got hella other people with like when I was growing up, it was just the black people. Like it might have been two people, nigga, like white boy Steve, and everybody knew him. You know what I'm talking about? White boy Mike, that nigga from '98 that used to be riding motherfucking wheelies. I think yeah, that was white boy Mike. Nigga had that Delta. Yeah, nigga used to be riding with, man. That nigga ride a Willie from K-Tron, nigga, all the way to seminary. I ain't bullshitting with you, bro, on the Willie. But you, like, the few white people or something, white boy Pep from the 90s used to be down there with Vidal. Nigga, everybody knew it wasn't that many white people, what I mean saying, you know what I'm talking about? So the few white people that was around, they was kind of known. Uh, but now it's kind of multi-diverse, but I'll never forget this, bro, because, it was just some other people. I don't know what they was, folks. Because they had like on masks and shit too. You just seen that they wasn't black. They was some other. You don't know if they was white, Mexican. They was just had the lighter skin tone. You get what I'm saying? You just knew they wasn't black. But they had robbed some old people or something. It wasn't one of them bad ones. They might have been trying to snatch the purse or something, and the people fell or something. But I remember seeing that, and everybody just looked off of it. Then I remember like somebody had robbed a black person or something, robbed a Vietnamese or a Chinese person, Filipino. I don't know. But I remember they made that big ass thing, bruh, and they start acting like it was hatred on the Chinese people or the Filipino. Like they just created that narrative, bruh, when it was one robbery, just like when the other people robbed the old black people. But they never made no big ass thing about the old black people, bruh. They took that shit to the news when they got to talking about it was and what I don't get is I don't like robbery, period, bruh. I don't. You know what I'm talking about? I don't, bro. And I told you every time I didn't never hit a lick. That karma then came back to me so quick. Nephew says, oh man, oh lady. Nephew says, oh man, oh lady. Hey, what you say, bro? Oh lady. I ain't bullshitting with you. And but I just didn't understand how when the old black people got robbed, it didn't mean nothing. They didn't start no race war over that. They didn't say it was people out here from other racial groups and shit jumping on old black people. And the Vietnamese people or whatever they was just like I don't want to get. I don't know if it was Asians. That's what it was. Bro, it was Asians. It wasn't the Chinese people. My bad, y'all. Y'all know brain prejudice. It was the Asians though, and the Asians wasn't even old, folks. But somebody, one of these little nephews or something ran up on the Asians. They robbed them, bro, and they started like a whole race thing behind that shit. You get what I'm saying? They was trying to make it seem like it was a race war, like black people was running around committing crimes against Asians or something, bro. Like almost they was trying to make that shit a hate crime or something. You get what I'm saying? Never said nothing about the. We don't even know who it was that got on the old black people though. That was just a robbery. They didn't make nothing big about that. They didn't try to make it seem like it was some other kind of race or something running around jumping on old black people at that. You get what I'm saying, folks? These the Asian motherfuckers, they was young, bro. They wasn't even old. Coffee Chronicles. But it was funny how no black people even stood up behind that, bruh. And there was so many black people backing the Asians. It was just funny to me, bruh, how like we slaves, folks, slavery. We jump and we try to come assist everybody. Won't even help your own brother, folks. We'll come assist everybody else though. We stand behind everybody else but us. That shit goofy as a motherfucker, folks. Slavery, bruh, they got you brainwashed. And we do that shit about everything, bruh. Religion. Another form of slavery, folks. Another form of slavery. That religion, I'm going to tell you, man. And I get it, bruh. I get it. I still ain't never seen nobody live by that Bible, bruh. I seen a motherfucker might be, they might take 2-3 Bible verses out that motherfucker that they live their days by, but they violate all that other shit. You know what I'm talking about? All that gossiping, judging people and people business, starting shit. Now, just all that shit. They violate all that other shit. They'll stick to 2 things in that motherfucker, bruh, and then they'll feel like they godly. Yeah, that religion, y'all be slaves of that shit too. That religion keep you dumb as a motherfucker. I'm gonna tell you what it do. It keep you dumb as a motherfucker. It keeps you soft. And it'll keep letting other motherfuckers fuck you over while you trying to be just nah, man. That's why, like, I told you, I ain't even peaceful all like that, bro. I don't believe in that shit. Because you can come around here, you can say peace all you want to. I hear you, bro. But at some point in time, you still might, bro, it's going to come a point in time where you're going to need to crack a nigga face, folks. I ain't bullshitting with you. And at that time right there, it can't be no peace. Coffee Chronicles. You just got to know when it's that time. Now, you just don't run around and do that shit, but trust me, bro, while you living on this world, bro, it's going to come a time on this earth, bro, where you're going to have to crack a nigga face. You get what I'm saying? You're going to have to split that motherfucker straight down the middle, folks. I ain't bullshitting with you, bro. So, like, I get peace. That's cool, bro, but it can't always be peace, because niggas be running around this motherfucker playing, nigga. And sometimes you got to crack a nigga face for your peace. You get what I'm saying? That's the only way you going to have peace, bro, is if you crack this nigga face. You'll see how bad you want to be peaceful then. I ain't bullshitting with you, bro. Slavery. We fucked up, y'all. And we slaves to everything else, bro. We slaves to this bullshit ass music. We slaves. Now they got the YouTube and podcasts, but we slaves to that shit. We slaves to the drugs. We slaves to religion. We slaves to the designer company. We slaves to spending our money. We just slaves, bruh. We just slaves. All around this motherfucker. I ain't bullshitting with you. I ain't never, and then you always say, bro, you always say you never, nigga, I've been living a long time. I'm 47 years, bruh. And I ain't never, cause I hear the goofiest shit in the world sometimes, bruh. I don't know how y'all live. I don't. I don't know how y'all live. I don't know what code rules y'all go. I just hear people, you know, in this world, bruh, they done just made hella, they done made hella little quotes and saying that could always make, listen, bruh, if we come up somewhere, say it's me by myself, bruh, and we over here say it's 9 other niggas. I just so happen to have my thing on me. And these niggas say some shit like, that was the wrong, piping hot, you know what I'm talking about? And these niggas tell me to put my gun down and I'm gonna fight all these 9 niggas. But we gonna fight one-on-one. And then a nigga make it saying something like, nigga, we could go from hands. Listen, bro, I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna clear the situation out, bro. You can say what you want to about it. You can say I was scared. You can say whatever, bro. Listen, I'm gonna clear out the situation, folks. I'm just gonna put my gun down and fight 9 niggas, but we gonna fight 1-on-1, and it's only me and this 9 of y'all, bro. I'm gonna get the knocking, nigga. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get the knocking, nigga. Get the fuck on away from here. Cause I was going somewhere else, and you just happened to come over here fucking with me, folks. I was on about my way. You can't come make me comply with the rules you done made up for me, nigga. You gonna get the fuck up out of here, bro. I got some other kind of rules. You can say whatever you want to about it. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, you can say whatever you want to about it. You'll be telling somebody from the hospital, nigga. Whatever the fuck you gotta say. You know what I'm talking about? Yo, whatever the fuck you gotta say, you'll be telling their ass from the hospital. Coffee Chronicles. See, cause on the slavery, don't be slavery to other people philosophies either, bruh. You gotta come up with your philosophy, cause whatever philosophy, now don't be on no fake shit, folks. Cause niggas come up with their own philosophy to do fake shit. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about when you solid, folks. When you come up with your own philosophy, nigga, your philosophy gonna keep you safe. You start listening to these other niggas, bruh, they philosophy for them. Don't become a slave to somebody else's philosophy, bruh. That's how y'all be doing yourself with that Bible, this YouTube. Y'all get to listen to other motherfuckers talking about what another motherfucker said, bruh. You trying to use another nigga common sense on your situation. What sense does that make? Coffee Chronicles. You better come up with your own common sense, nigga. You better come up with your own rules, bruh. You know what I'm talking about? Cause you better put your gun down right there and that nigga say, "Ha, psych," or some shit like that. You know what I'm talking about? But the whole point was to get you to put your equalizer down. Please, nigga. I'll never forget this. Shout out Black Ira. I swear to God, I'll never forget this. But y'all hold on real quick. I'm bad, I'm back, man. I've been gone so long, I forgot what I was talking about. I just know it was Black Ira and what he told us. Look, man, we was little. You know what I'm talking about? Well, nigga, if you know us, anybody remember this one right here, nigga? We used to be over there, and we used to go roll their ass over, nigga, when we was youngsters, you know what I'm talking about? Over there on the floor, it'd be a car full of us. Me, AF, Lil Rube, Z, Slow, it used to be Ken. It used to be a good bunch of us. You know what I'm talking about? Green Eyes. Oh, man. That was the good one right there when Green Eyes was in the car, because Green Eyes could cap hella good. You know what I'm talking about? We used to roll over there with Mississippi bank rolls, boy. Got a stack of 20s like this, boy. Can't even hold that nut. Like how they be doing now with the phone. If it was a Mississippi bank roll, it'd be hella 20s, 5s, and 10, that dope boy money shit. You know what I'm talking about? We used to go over there and roll their ass over. Be on top of their head. Like, man, you niggas ain't having no money. You go to this niggas over here hella broke, man. You know what I'm talking about? Nigga, you know what I'm talking about? What you want me to get you some weed? Nigga, you want me to get you? We used to go over there fuck with them. Who ride? It's all in fun, though. These are folks, though. You get what I'm saying? We used to go over there and high side on them as youngsters. You know what I'm talking about? But that nigga Black Eye, one day we over there, we rolling their ass over. That nigga Black Eye run up to the car. He say, check this out, nigga. If you ever see my gun, you'll be laying on the other end of that motherfucker. I ain't never forgot. Fire pot. I ain't never forgot that in my life. That's what they used to say, you little niggas ain't gonna do nothing but go around there and go get a gun. And nigga Ira said, listen here, little nigga. You ever see my gun, you'll be laying on the other end of that motherfucker. And I just remember that story. I don't even know whether I was gone so long doing hella other shit. I forgot why I was even talking about that. But my point is, on this motherfucking slavery, bruh, don't you become a slave to somebody else's philosophy, folks. Don't let nobody talk you in against your common sense, folks. That might be your life, folks. Because we slaves to a bunch of shit. And in this day right here, we good for being slaves to other niggas' philosophies. You get what I'm saying? Don't you be the nigga that's funking and you hanging around some squares and these niggas convince you don't need a gun, nigga. Don't be a slave to somebody else's philosophy, bro, to put yourself in danger. You know what I'm talking about? And that's the moral of that point right there, man. I ain't bullshitting with you. Don't let another nigga talk you up out yourself, folks. You know what I'm talking about? I seen some shit I guess everybody thought was real noble. Y'all remember that nigga? He was hella raw back in the day, too. That nigga, who was that nigga? That nigga that went, he got out, so I guess, you know what I'm talking about? He did what he had to do. That's what I'm saying. You ain't got to listen to me either. He did what he had to do to get his conscience clean, you know what I'm talking about? Because I told you, if you ever did some shit that you might have thought it was fake, that shit'll bother you. But that nigga who used to rap, that came with that special delivery, Used to have all them niggas back in the day. G-Dep. Remember how that nigga got to talking to one of them counselors? You know what I'm talking about? And they talked that nigga to go in telling on himself about that murder he committed when he was just a youngster and all. Man, please, bruh. Don't let nobody else. You know what I'm talking about? Now that man, you know what I'm talking about? Shout out to that man because he did, I guess, what he did that he felt he had to do to get his conscience clean. Because I told you that shit'll bother you, nigga. You fuck around and do the wrong thing, that shit'll haunt you for the rest of your motherfucking life, nigga. I ain't bullshitting with you. That's why I was telling you about them niggas. I ain't gonna never let them live it down. Niggas that killed my pimp partner, man, about his money. I bet you them niggas ain't got one good day of sleep. You know what I'm talking about? And look, you gotta be in jail for the rest of your motherfucking life. And you done killed the last nigga who would have sent you some money. Coffee Chronicles. See, the game has a way to come back and spank you. Yeah, the game, it has a way to come back to spank you. Yeah, you done killed the last nigga. You done killed the nigga who was taking care of you on your jokes. Every time you went there, you done killed the nigga that had a bitch send you a package. You know how that shit go. You done killed that nigga. You done killed your own love, you goofy motherfucker. And a lot of us do that, you know what I'm talking about? Like I said, don't be a slave to that shit, bruh. Because a lot of us is slaves to money. And a lot of shit y'all think is money don't even be no money, bruh. Y'all be out here doing shit for shit you could hustle for yourself, bruh. That ain't even nothing to go like, man, please. First of all, like a life. Alright, I ain't gonna speak on that, but cause everybody ain't even got the same values, bruh. You just be careful what the fuck you a slave to. But us just as a whole, nigga, around this motherfucker, bruh, we in slavery, bruh. We slaves to this motherfucking computer. They just got your mind, bruh. And they got you so fucked up. They got us so fucked up. That, it's that Willie Lynch shit, folks. We just carrying out they, plan. That's all we do. I told you, we the strongest motherfuckers. Now they dumbing that shit down, though. Cause like I said, I don't know what the fuck I was looking at. Slavery, though. But they got you emasculating your motherfucking self so much because you don't want to seem to these other people that you aggressive. You know what I'm talking about? Because that's that motherfucker they looking out for. That big yelling, noxious motherfucker. That motherfucker that's hella aggressive that they scared of. You done made yourself feminine. Trying not to make these people scared of you. So now you can come around here with that flimsy wrist and shit and they see you ain't no threat. Don't do yourself like that, nephew. Nah, bro, don't do yourself like that. Stay that proud, loud motherfucker. Coffee Chronicles. We slaves though, folks. We in the cold slavery too. I'm telling you, we slaves to everything, folks. We slaves to this goofy ass hip hop music. Just music, period. They got everybody's sons and nephews and shit out here talking about drill music and ops and all that shit. And they got everybody daughter out here wearing multicolored wigs and shit, talking about backing that thing up. Yeah, we in the middle of no hope. I just hope you know that. We in the middle of no hope. That's why I say you're gonna have to find your fight, bro. It's gonna take some effort to get through this shit. And not be zapped. Cause this shit like the return of the living dead. I've been telling y'all that for 3 years, folks. You turn around, you see another nigga get lighter, that nigga getting pale, he been bit. Where somebody scratch you at, folks? That's a nigga you gotta put out the house, or you gotta put him down. You know what I'm talking about? You know how niggas be in there in the group, they look at it, they say, man, if I ever turn, just go ahead and do me. Nah, nigga, leave me alone. Let me see how I am as a monster before you kill me, man. This still might be cool. You know what I'm talking about? Don't do me, man. Let me turn to the monster first, see how I act. Bruh might be one of the cool monsters. You know what I'm talking about? Like that other movie where the bitch boyfriend turned into a zombie. You see, the bitch didn't kill him. The bitch just taught him how to act normal. You know what I'm talking about? Might be a little training, just like a pet, man. You know what I'm talking about? Don't shoot bruh, man. You know what I'm talking about? Let bruh turn into the monster. See how bro act. God damn. Nephew says old man, old lady. Nephew says old man, old lady. Hey, what you say, bro? Old lady. You know what I'm talking about? On some real shit, slavery, man. Shout out Slow. I was just talking to my nigga last night. Shout out Ken the Pen. I was just talking to my nigga last night. But I been forgot to mention this, and I've been this ain't even a video to slide this in here, but fuck it, in the end it all tie in. But I remember one of them times, and I love my nigga. You know what I'm talking about? Shout out Slow O, second time. You know what I'm talking about? Because it is rarely that you get to come across real players, bruh. You know what I'm talking about? Just real genuine niggas. You know what I'm talking about? That just want to see you get the most out your motherfucking self. You know what I'm talking about? But just right there, bruh, like just real niggas, bruh. That shit rare. And I didn't had a chance. I've been living longer than y'all though. And I got a few people. I got a few people like that, bruh. We always call that sign. You know what I'm talking about? I had a grandma named Sign. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, she was one of them pure motherfuckers like that. That's what we call when you see another motherfucker like that. But it's very rare to come across these type of people in your lifetime. I ain't bullshitting with you, bro. Somebody that you could just trust and depend on like it's yourself. You know what I'm talking about? Them kind of people. See, when you got them kind of people in your life right there, on the soggy Sunday, they ain't gonna never change slavery. Them the type of people it's easy to talk to. Them the type of people that it's easy to listen to. You get what I'm saying? Like if that person right there call you and be like, bro, you need to tighten it up. You know you need to tighten it up. You get what I'm saying? It's just good to have them people in your life. But I remember a long time ago, y'all hold on, man. They say, bro, you keep on interrupting the story. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all hold on. Now look, it was one of the motherfucking times, bro. Out here on the news, bro, into that shit again. You know what I'm talking about? But as soon as it happened, you know what I'm talking about? Because when shit like that be going down, I don't know what y'all be doing, but you know it ain't too many people. You don't even be using your phone and shit like that. You know what I'm talking about? You might got 3 motherfuckers off the top of your head that you gonna call when it get like that, when life get like that. You know what I'm talking about? And the first 2 probably be moms or pops. I don't know the kind of relationship y'all got with y'all people. You know what I'm talking about? But I called my nigga telling me what happened, man. Now the shit happened yesterday. My nigga out there this morning. You know what I'm talking about? Pulled straight up to where I was at. We chopping it up. I told you I was on the news. My nigga running around. He going to collect people. He don't know if these people being followed love. My nigga shout out Slow O. You know what I'm talking about? But my nigga come out here and we chopping it up or whatever. My nigga don't even know he changed my life with this question. We chopping it up and shit. He done did all that. He see bro over there. You know, when you on a run and shit, nigga, you be sitting on the floor behind the bed. You want to be up under the window. Nigga, you know what I'm talking about? I don't know. It's just a weird feeling when you on the run. You know what I'm talking about? I ain't bullshit with you. You be kind of paranoid. So bro over there, you know what I'm talking about? Bro sitting on the floor. You know what I'm talking about? They ain't even on the bed. And before I tell the story, I want to leave this one out because I told my nigga I had some old school crip, and that nigga said, "Man, you ain't got no crip." You know what I'm talking about? So he also wanted to smoke on some of that crip I had, right? He smoking, and he was still telling me it wasn't crip. But that nigga said, he let me down in my face. He said, "Baby, cuz, ain't you tired of this shit?" That man don't know that question changed my life. You feel me? And even though on some real shit, it wasn't my fault. I can say that. You know what I'm talking about? But the truth is, everything you did is on you. So I can tell you why I did it. It don't matter. I did it. You know what I'm talking about? So that's my bad. Because no matter what happened, you ain't got to react. You know what I'm talking about? You can control the way you react. Or you could just go try to react and say you reacted because somebody did this. You know what I'm talking about? But that's still on you the way you reacted, folks. Don't let nobody control you. But I also told you, there come a time in life where you just gonna have to bite the bullet because in order for you to have peace, you gonna have to crack another nigga's face. Now that shit gonna come with consequences, but that was just one of them times. Yeah, that was just one of them times. Sometimes, bro, you just gonna have to bite the bullet also, and you just might have to get in trouble. And like I say, don't be another slave to somebody's philosophy, bro, because this is what will happen. If somebody think they could fuck with you, it's just like the shit that be going on in the world, how they be fucking us over and y'all be laughing and all that shit. That shit is just the beginning of that shit getting to you. And I told you that. That shit, all that shit is just the beginning. It's just like in the penitentiary. Let another race jump on a motherfucking black person and you don't do nothing about it. And watch how many more black people the motherfuckers start jumping on. Now at the same time, the other way around. Let some other race jump on a black person and you tear their ass up. You know what I'm talking about? You ain't gonna have that problem no more. See, sometimes you just gotta let a motherfucker know, bruh. I ain't bullshitting with you, and you just gotta accept the consequences. Because sometimes people be running around here playing, like I said. And in order for you to have your peace, because all that shit in the Bible, turn the other cheek and all that shit. Alright, keep on doing that shit, bruh. You're gonna become a target. Because motherfuckers, if you let somebody do something to you, they get confident and thinking they could do something to you. That's why you start that shit at the beginning. You know what I'm talking about? And it's a penalty. But I don't know what kind of philosophy you got with yourself. But it should be a penalty. You know what I'm talking about? If a motherfucker come over there playing, bro, because you got to protect yourself. You know what I'm talking about? And that's all I'm going to say. Now, how you protect yourself, that's on you, bro. But you got to protect yourself. So don't become a slavery to somebody else's philosophy, telling you what you should do and all that shit right there. Because I'm about positive. Somebody else's philosophy going to favor them. I'm just positive on that one right there. Coffee Chronicles. Yeah, don't become a slave to somebody else's philosophy about what you should do. You know what I'm talking about? Protect yourself at all costs, nigga, like you was in a boxing ring. However you protect yourself is on you at all costs. And stop thinking sometimes, folks. Like, I don't know, bruh. Just stop thinking sometimes, bruh. Because you would think yourself like sometimes you can't just sit there and think. You know what I'm talking about? It just be the obvious. You just got to react, bruh. You know what I'm talking about? And it's a little bit off subject. It's just like, nigga, a cat coming towards you with a bomb on it. But you sitting there thinking like you don't really want to kick the cat because you know somebody strapped the bomb. All that thinking to get your ass blew up, folks. You know what I'm talking about? So sometimes just the obvious thing to do is just run up, kick that motherfucker hella hard, hit that motherfucker with the obvious thing that you might not want to do, bruh. Don't try to talk yourself out of that shit, bruh. Because that'll be the little second right there. You been fucked around and get yourself hurt, trying not to hurt somebody. You get what I'm saying? But yeah, slavery. On this soggy Sunday, they ain't gonna never change. It's gonna be a long video, y'all. But we is, y'all. We slaves to everything, folks. We don't think for ourselves no more. These people just tell us what to do. You get what I'm saying? We follow everything. We no longer think for ourselves. Society tell you who to like, tell you who not to like. Society has got us to a point, black men, where they sit around and like like they want to be females. You get what I'm saying? A black man, the nigga supposed to be a strong black man. I told y'all this shit's so diluted and all that bullshit, bruh. Cause you got the motherfucker that you love. This nigga sitting up here, and they have a way of doing this. The famous people, they'll come up here and tell you when it's on them. When somebody talking about them, they'll come up here and they'll get to promoting that. You should not listen to the people who the slander and the gossip and all that. But then the famous people will turn right around, bruh, and jump in shit. Everybody does that now, bruh, because that's the popular thing. You find out whatever is everybody talking about, and somehow you try to connect yourself to that, bruh. And that's just boosie. To me, that's just the ways of the bitch. That's just like the bitch choosing up on the famous pimp. You know what I'm talking about? Call it chronic. Cause some kind of way, we make everybody business ours. But then when the people get to fucking with us, that's when we come with the same logic. We not living by ourselves though. That's when we coming by. Why are you paying attention to me? Mind your own business and all that. I just don't understand why everybody just don't mind their own business. I don't. I don't. I don't got no opinion on nobody publicly. I might have this in my head, think a whole bunch of shit about you. You know what I'm talking about? But I ain't coming up here to share that opinion. I don't get like we slaves to that shit. We slaves that come up here and destroying our people. We slaves that coming up here just saying anything, bruh. And they got y'all moving like cowards. They do. Cause they got y'all thinking it's just two different worlds. Like you could play a character up here on this motherfucking camera, and then in the real world you don't have to be accountable for all that shit you was saying as your character up here on this camera. That shit don't make no sense, bruh. Cause you don't even have to do it. You don't. Just like I said before, we can't stick together on nothing. Just imagine if we had more big black YouTube channels. You know what I'm talking about? Just imagine if all the black people was getting some money. We slaves, bruh. You will make it and try to shut every motherfucking door that you got through so won't nobody else follow you, folks. Nigga, something straight out of comic book, goofy. That's why right now today, even if everybody was together, I still wouldn't fuck with a bunch of y'all. I love what's going on, you know what I'm talking about? But a lot of y'all, man, y'all got too much of that spite, that envy in you, man, that bullshit up in you. You ain't genuine. You don't keep the game clean, bruh. You know what I'm talking about? You don't. Because they done passed that fuckery, invisible ass behavior down. They have. Were you paying attention to how far the next nigga go than you is yourself? You know what I'm talking about? We living in the day where niggas start teasing you about how many views and subscribers you got and shit. Like, if a nigga had 50,000, or this nigga had 1,000,000 or something subscribers, like you, who are you with your 1,000 subscribers to want to talk to me? Man, you don't get your square ass up out of here, nigga. Nigga, something straight out of comic book, bruh. Y'all let this invisible shit get to your head. And that's how you know you ain't never been nothing in real life. You know what I'm talking about? Spider-Man uncle told him that, man. You know what I'm talking about? With great power comes great responsibility, man. You niggas, I told y'all something straight out of comic book. Spider-Man uncle told him that, nigga. You know what I'm talking about? Nephew says old man, old lady. Nephew says old man, old lady. Hey, what you say, bro? Old lady. I ain't bullshitting with you. Slavery. Soggy Sunday, they ain't gonna never change, bro. Oh yeah, man, I just skipped over the story with Slaw and shit. But yeah, man, that nigga told me that at that time right there, bro. Don't even know he changed my life with that question. He don't. Like, bro, don't you ever get the, nigga, ain't you tired of this shit? And right then and there, I had to think, bro. And the truth was, I was. I was. Nigga, I got on the run while I was still on the run. Nigga, I was on the run somewhere else too. Nigga, like, hell yeah, nigga, I'm tired of this shit. I was, bro. That's why every time, nigga, I never went to jail. Like, it was like I know where I needed that in my life. On some real shit. I was tired of that shit, bro. And I had to change up my philosophy at that point. You know what I'm talking about? Because I understand there ain't really nothing you could do once the shit is on. Once the shit is on, you just gotta do what it is you do when shit is on. You feel what I'm saying? But the way you could beat that is avoiding the situation. And I realized that. You could beat that. The only way you beat shit is by not even being in that situation. So I focus more on that. You know what I'm talking about? You know, when the situation occur, hey, it might be that time to you're just gonna have to bite the bullet. Cause sometimes you might have to bite the bullet not to get hurt yourself, folks. Cause people be playing. You know what I'm talking about? They don't know how to play, but they still be playing. You get what I'm saying? On some real shit. But that part right there just had to be you don't be a slave to your own philosophy either, bruh. Understand that anytime, nigga, just like you don't be a slave to somebody else's philosophy, if you one of them niggas with a fucked up philosophy, you don't be a slave to that shit because you ain't got to, bruh. Just know when it's time, when it's dealing with you as a person, yourself, bruh, it's always room for adjustments, bruh. So you got to play the game accordingly, too. Don't be one like I was with the dope game, bruh. A slave to that shit. I didn't have to do that shit, folks. So you don't be a slave to your own philosophy either if it's fucked up. There's always room to grow, folks. And if you're not growing, man, nigga, you need to grow, bruh. Mentally. You do. The older you get, like the wiser you should get, bruh. You should start having more understanding and shit. If you getting older and it's still like, man, fuck, like, man, I don't know. You know what I'm talking about? But that ain't the shit to be around at this age. It's too late. I told you, that's why I stopped drinking, bro. It's too late in the game. You can't be a slave to that shit. You know what I'm talking about? You better watch what you a slave to. And that's going to be the moral of this whole thing, bro. On this slavery, watch what the fuck you a slave to. Because sometimes you got to set yourself free, folks. That's the only way you're going to be free is if you set yourself free. You know what I'm talking about? Whether the people need to come together and all this shit. Listen, bro, even if all the people came together and you were still a slave, it wouldn't do you no good. So you got to set yourself free first. That's what you got to do. You feel me? Bullshit ain't nothing. I ain't bullshitting with you. But yeah, man. It's fucked up. Yeah, we in the middle of no hope. I ain't complaining about it. I told you, I'm in this motherfucker with my seatbelt off, nigga. Hood on. You know what I'm talking about? Let's rock. You know what I'm talking about? It is what it is. But still fucked up, folks. Yeah, we in the middle of no hope. And the motherfucking people so gone. Just like that nigga Slaw out. Because this nigga just living a regular life. You get what I'm saying? This nigga just living a regular life, riding around in Benzes and shit, you know what I'm talking about, having fun, going to amusement parks and shit. And here it is, nigga come around, and you the partner can't even come outside. You know what I'm talking about? You over here off hella pills, sweating and shit, sitting on the floor, look like you tweaking. God damn, you know what I'm talking about? Nigga like, man, what's wrong with this nigga? Where's this nigga mind at? You that partner. You know what I'm talking about? Oh, y'all, that's what I didn't tell y'all either. When that nigga, when he got to where he was talking all that shit about that Crip, whenever that nigga called me later on at night and said, bruh, what the fuck was that nigga? I told him that was that Crip. You know what I'm talking about? So he did give me credit for the Crip. You know what I'm talking about? Shout out Slow O once again on this Soggy Sunday. They ain't gonna never change. One of my niggas, one of my dear niggas, you know what I'm talking about? One of them niggas I grew up with my whole life. Just all my niggas I grew up with my whole life. You know what I'm talking about? Told you I've been through some shit. But when you realize the shit you've been through is all your fault, then you can make the adjustments. If you don't never understand the shit you doing is your fault, you ain't gonna never be able to change nothing. Cause it ain't gonna never be your fault. It's gonna be on everybody else. So you gonna make an adjustment from just going from people to people. Because you just gonna see where it's they fault at. You ain't gonna never, so you gonna keep running into different people but having the same problem. Cause you don't never see where it's your fault at. You know what I'm talking about? Slavery. But we gone, folks. We gone. Yeah, we gone. That's why if I was MC Hammer, I want to kick all y'all in the ass. I'm telling you. Every regular person I seen, I kick them straight dead off in their ass. Every corporate person. Because I remember when MC Hammer was having it. And they teased that man. And they teased that man. Talking about he was a sellout and all that shit. But he was having it. Only to talk him up out his game when he was corporate. Just everybody going corporate now. Man, please. If I was MC Hammer, I'd kick every corporate person I seen in their ass. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, like that's why you don't go off the people's philosophy. You go off your philosophy. Long as you solid and you sticking to the game, folks, you go off your philosophy. Because that's what the people will do to you. The people will talk you right up off your right up out your position, folks. Listening to somebody else and what you should do. Notice the people who always said that ain't never had the chance to do it themselves. That's just like somebody tell you I'll be the same person with $3 million. How do you know that, bro? You ain't never had $3 million. Man, please. You would probably get a facelift. Nigga, don't even want to be yourself no more. You don't get the fuck out of here, bro. That's what I can't stand just about society. Because you got that shit right there. You just got a motherfucker who could imagine what they'd do with some shit that ain't never had it. Bro, you don't know what you'll do with some shit if you ain't never had it, nigga. That don't even make no sense to say. You just that sure of yourself. I could tell you what I would do with hundreds of thousands of dollars. You know what I'm talking about? Because I've had hundreds of thousands of dollars. You know what I'm talking about? I could tell you what I do. And they'll tell you. You know what I'm talking about? I wasn't riding around in no Benz and I was still riding around in old school shit with the engine light on. No AC. Fuck what you think about it. I have hundreds of thousands of dollars. God damn. Hey, say why you fuck with it like that, bruh? Because if I don't, ain't nobody else is, bruh. You know what I'm talking about? Slavery. Yo, we cold with it, folks. I ain't bullshitting with you. Yo, we cold with it. And we gone. We gone. Yeah. That's why I ain't even, I mean, if everybody come together, hey, you know what I'm talking about? Power to the people. But man, please, bro. I wish I would try to devote my time to get, man, please, bro. You better devote your time to yourself. And if it occur, you know what I'm talking about? I told you I got my seatbelt off. I'm right out there with you, man. But until that point, please, bro. I'm just going to be riding around this motherfucker with my seatbelt off. Better try to devote your time to your motherfucking self and your family and teach them as much as you can, nigga. You know what I'm talking about? And hopefully after you gone, you can get some shit jump started. Hopefully get some shit jump started while you still here, you know what I'm talking about? But that's about all you can do at this point. You know what I'm talking about? I ain't talking to the younger people. But you get what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Because this shit just fucked up. And you ain't even seen the next little batches of motherfuckers coming up. You know what I'm talking about? Don't know nothing. You know what I'm talking about, man? Please. Please, bruh. These people idea of, I don't know, it ain't even no streets no more. You get what I'm saying? All this shit just like a big ass video game. Like y'all done turned even the streets into what's that shit y'all be playing? Grand Theft Auto and shit. It's like that's what y'all done turned the streets into. You know what I'm talking about? One big ass low budget the movies where all the rappers be playing in it and shit. So y'all running around doing this shit. We talking about RICO cases, big drug deals and all that shit. Then everybody end up in court telling. Like, man, please. You'll get the far away from this shit, man. Try to go get you some land or somewhere with some trees at. You know what I'm talking about, man? Just kick on back. This shit right here, bro, we in the middle of no hope. I ain't bullshitting with you. Now, what you do about being in the middle of no hope, that's on you. But be careful how you navigate this shit, folks. You know what I'm talking about? Because this shit out here dangerous, folks. You know what I'm talking about? It's like they change your motherfucker's chromosome. So before you know it, you'll be around this motherfucker sitting looking to debate somebody and just a bunch of weird shit, folks. Sitting around this motherfucker playing like a big ass kid, bruh. Slavery. You know what I'm talking about? They got you at 80 years old talking about the minor women. I mean, you know, sit your old ass down somewhere, bruh. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all done polluted everybody's mind with that shit, high value marriage and all that shit. So you actually got motherfuckers just sitting around this motherfucker talking about I want to be married. You motherfuckers, that's how you know y'all goofy, bruh. I ain't bullshitting with you. And we ain't gonna even get into that, bruh. You know how long you gotta be around somebody, nigga, to decide if this is it, nigga. You gotta live with somebody for damn near 5 years, bruh, to decide. Like, you motherfuckers actually be doing shit like that. Like, a motherfucker live in this house and a motherfucker live in this house. And we been feeling each other. So now all of a sudden we gonna get married, then move in together. Man, you gonna, in 3 weeks, you gonna be ready to get away from that nigga or that bitch. Bitch gonna be talking about nigga leaving the toilet seat up. She just don't understand this. Bitch done fell in the toilet a few times. Nigga sitting around there talking about, man, how's it all this wig shit around with my toothbrush? You know what I'm talking about? No. You know what I'm talking about? And all that shit right there. But y'all just goofy. High value. And y'all, all of a sudden, y'all talking about 6 figures and all. Man, you niggas is goofy, bruh. Don't got no substance to yourself. All the money in the world. Who said that? Kanye can't buy you class, folks. A lot of y'all don't have no substance to yourself. To yourself. You know what I'm talking about? You just empty inside, folks. You ain't about nothing. Ain't gonna stand on nothing. Gonna agree like I can't even understand. Like y'all yes man to invisible shit. You feel what I'm saying? That's why I don't listen to nothing y'all say. Cause the same people, I swear to God, that's in the news now that y'all be down in, bro. Y'all been following these same people for the last 20 years. Now you talking about what they is, bro. You talking about these niggas Goonies and all this old funny activity and all this. This the nigga you been trying to be like for the last 20 years, nigga. So what does that make you? This is the nigga that made you go get your other ear pierced. You know what I'm talking about? Oh, man, you know what I'm talking about? When I was growing up, you just had to have a left one, man. I ain't never got the, no, I ain't gonna get the right one pierced. Shout out to everybody who got the right one pierced. You know what I'm talking about? But just something simple as that. When I was coming up, a nigga could only have his, now I don't know who made that. You know what I'm talking about? I was a slave to that philosophy right there. I don't know who made that. But the rule was, if you was a nigga, you only could have earrings in your left side, man. You didn't get both of them pierced. You know what I'm talking about? But shout out to everybody who did. But yeah, man, that's the way this world is. They'll follow a nigga they talking about right now. But everybody try to be these niggas for the last 20 years. Now all of a sudden it's cool to talk about them. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all been trying to, that's how half y'all done went broke. With the private jets, the boats, the all white parties and all that shit. Y'all been following these niggas for the last 20 years. Now y'all sitting up here talking about them. When what they say when idols become rivals. Oh man, you niggas is crazy as a motherfucker, folks. See, the best skill or gift you can ever have on this earth, bruh, is just knowing who the fuck you is and appreciating who the fuck you is, nigga, and just being yourself and be content with that. You don't need no plastic surgery. Go work out. You don't need none of that shit these people telling you to go get. You don't need to go look like them. You don't need to act like them. You don't need to do that to fit in. You could just be yourself. Being yourself, bruh, it'll get you further in this motherfucking world than anything else. See, because when you be yourself, they're going to have to take that. You can either take it or leave it. You know what I'm talking about? See, when you acting, they might like the person that you acting like. But I don't know how long you're going to be able to keep up with the person that you acting like. You know what I'm talking about? Because the real you going to come out. Yeah, so the best thing you could do on this slavery is don't be a slave. Don't even be a slave to your own dumbass philosophy. If it's something you can tighten up about yourself, folks, go over yourself, folks. Go over yourself with that fine tooth comb, folks, and see what you can change or make an adjustment in your game. You know what I'm talking about? You see where you can make an adjustment in your game, because everything's starting to end with you, folks. It ain't nobody else's fault. It ain't. And I don't give a fuck how you want to think about it, because we good for that. We good for taking the truth and turning that shit into something. We good for when it's on us to make it something else. Then when it's off of us, we jump right back in with the same shit we was just talking about that was on us. We do. That's like how something could happen. It could be between 3 people. You're going to have 4,000 people coming over here telling you what they think. Ain't got nothing to do with shit. Ain't got nothing to do with shit. It ain't like we talking about sports, politics, a universal, like that's just a universal subject where everybody get a opinion on. We done turn people's lives into sports and politics. We done turn people's situations into sports and politics. We have turned the streets into sports and politics. So everybody, even though you ain't never been in the street, ain't never been to jail, ain't never did nothing that you commenting on, you get to comment on. You know what I'm talking about? Niggas playing fantasy games, folks. You niggas ain't really living real lives. You niggas sitting up there trying to imagine what you would do in a situation. You know what I'm talking about? That's why y'all be killing me, and I'm always gonna go back to that nigga that be trying to train y'all how to survive in a shootout. Like when you hear gunshots, you just gonna be able to think hella tactical and shit. Like this shit a video game. You know, I'm telling you, bro, you'll hear a gunshot depending on how close that motherfucker was to you. You'll fuck around and fly, nigga. You'll tap into a part of your brain like Lucy, nigga, and just fly, nigga. Hey, you like, where'd bruh go? Say, man, that nigga flew. That nigga flew down there. That nigga flew down the Mac. You know what I'm talking about? Bro was down with it, he flew. You know what I'm talking about? You don't know what the fuck you'll do, bruh. But we sit around here and we act like we just experts. You ain't even lived yet, folks. You don't know what the fuck you'll do. But we good for telling you what we'll do. Or we good for telling you, but we good for telling you what we do even though we ain't did it. Or we good for just imagining some shit we'll do. I'll do this and I'll do, you know what I'm talking about? You're going to have to show up and do it. You know what I'm talking about? That's how you'll know what you'll do. Is when you already done it. But what do I know? Only you could prevent forest fires, man. And with that one right there, if you don't remember nothing else, always remember it don't cost nothing. Just to show a little bit of that love.